What's going on, you guys? I hope all is well, and I'm super excited that you guys are back to another video. If you guys don't know, my name is Devonte Davis, and this channel is literally all about the house. Anything that has to do with a house, specifically home buying, or anything that I can help you guys with along the journey, this is what this channel is all about. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions, especially if this is your first time buying a house. I know how the process can be, and it can be a little scary, but with me, I'll be able to guide you every single step of the way. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that little notification bell, so any single time I put out a new video, you will get it first. So in this video, we're really going to be covering home maintenance, those little things around a house that you either put off, you don't fix because you think it's too expensive, or you're just preparing to sell your house in the long run, or as a buyer, you want to pay attention to these things that may or may not be fixed around a house. So this is what this video is all about. 45% of Americans really put off or don't fix things inside their house right away, which is never a good thing. We always want to make sure we're taking care of those little fixes early so we don't get too late and it's a big expense for us thousands of dollars later when it could be fixed with 50 bucks. So number one is probably one of those things, which is the electrical side, not so much the circuit breaker box, but we're going to be talking about the outlets. Fixing and making sure every single one of your dead outlets, those things that you plug in, so your phone charger going inside the wall, yes, the outlet, we want to make sure every single one of those are working inside your house. That is a very easy fix up front. If you delay it and it sits there, that can be a major problem 3, 4, 5 years later on down the line once you go to resell. Especially as a buyer coming into your house, more than likely they're gonna get a home inspection, and this is probably one of the number one things I see during home inspections is that their outlets are not working, or leading on to our next tip is they don't have correct GFCI outlets near water. Now, what do I mean by this? Anywhere there's water, so your sink, your tub, your kitchen sink, if you have two sinks, if you have or moved your washer and dryer upstairs and you have a sink in that room, you have to have a GFCI outlet. That's that red and black box that has test and reset inside the outlet. You want to make sure you have those things, and you want to make sure those things are working accordingly, so you don't have to spend, like I said, those thousands of dollars later on to have an electrician come out. Just have them come out that 1 or 2 times, pay about that 150 bucks, let them knock out everything. The second home maintenance tip is really inside, again, the kitchen and bathroom, and that's your exhaust fans, especially the ones over the stove that may be a little dusty because you're always turning them on, or maybe a little greasy from all that fried chicken you've been frying. You want to make sure those things are clean, and that especially the ones inside the bathroom, they're not dusty or they don't have any mold inside. I know it may sound a little nasty, but it happens. It's water, it's moisture, it's air, so you may have a little mold inside, so make sure you clean those out annually, if not twice a year. A, it looks better. B, it's gonna save you a ton of money, and you don't have to worry about looking up and you see a bunch of grease spots. Number 3, staying inside the bathrooms. This is a normal one, and most people do this, but it is one that I always like to reiterate, and that is always recaulking or just regrouting your bathroom liners or shower liners. This plays a big factor, and like I said, I know a lot of people do it, but when it comes to water, you can never be too sure. That water running underneath those uncaulked ceilings or liners around your shower and tub can be detrimental when it comes to damage in and around that unlined area. So making sure you guys do this when it starts to peel back a little bit, or you start to see it, just give it a good scrape, give it a good recaulk, and may take you a half an hour to 45 minutes to do so. And especially with the water damage, when water gets underneath that, it really sits there, and water inside the house is never a good thing, and it always finds its way in. It doesn't matter how big that crack is or how little that hole is, water will find its way in, and we want to keep water outside the house. Number 4, going around the outside and checking your downspouts. Every single downspout should be running away from your house. It should not be going into your sewer line. It should not be going inside your drain tile. If you have a downspout on the outside of your house, once it hangs down, it comes to a normal footage, let that thing run away from your house so the water is pushing away. Again, just like in that last tip, water is never good inside your house or anywhere around your house. And another tip on top of that is making sure your grading is sloping accordingly. So if you guys have your house here, so this will be your foundation, you want to make sure that soil or some sediment or some rocks are flowing away from your house so that, again, that water can trickle away, bone dry inside, and you have no problem with any type of water damage. Also, get up there and clean those gutters. Gutters are meant to be cleaned. It's not meant to have all them little helicopters and pine cones and grass growing out of them. Get up there once a year, clean out them gutters, make sure it's really nice, or hire one of the kids on your street. Hire a gutter cleaning business. It shouldn't cost an arm and a leg to get those things done. If I were you, I would hire one of the 20-year-olds, somebody fresh out of college. Hey, my man, get up there, do your thing. It'll be nice and easy for you, and it'll save you a ton of money. Or if you guys just need new downspouts, or you see a couple are breaking away, just go ahead. Home Depot has them very cheap. And you can also cut the downspouts inside of Home Depot, saving you even more money. Number 5, and this is a big one, especially once it comes to homes, plumbings, and your pipes, make sure you guys are cleaning and clearing your drains. If you guys have a slow drain inside that bathtub, more than likely it's hair. Especially the women, you guys be pulling out clumps of hair on your head. Make sure you guys are not putting that inside your drains. If it so happens it's natural, make sure you guys are cleaning those drains out. Get that snake, get that little plum. They got the Drano, whatever it's called, pour it down there, hot water. Make sure you guys' pipes are running clear. Especially the kitchen sink, if you guys don't have that garbage disposal. A lot of people just be dumping cereal and rice and all that stuff in your pipes. Get the drain catcher, catch all that stuff before it goes down in there. And if you have that slow drain, make sure you guys get that done. That can be a $5,000 bill off the rip if you guys do not continuously monitor those things, especially when it comes to your kitchen sink and your bathroom sink. Watching and maintaining your roof. If you're somewhere with where a lot of snow is, like I am, you really want to watch your roof. You really want to see if any shingles start to crinkle up. Maybe it's time for a new roof. Is there any water damage or any water leakage coming inside your roof? Especially if you guys are seeing spots or stains inside the ceilings or inside the outside walls. You really want to start to pay attention to that to keep your roof maintained and as healthy as possible. If you guys don't have any ridge vents, I highly recommend you get some. Let that roof breathe. It prolongs the life of your roof. Now, number 7 is probably the cheapest fix on this list, and that's really changing your air filters inside your furnace every 3 months. And also have your furnace serviced or cleaned out probably 18 months to every 12 months. This can prolong your furnace. Most furnaces do already last 25 to 30 years. Some even last longer than that. I had one client who literally had a house. The furnace in that house was from 1988. And it was blowing strong. It's 2020 when she bought that house. You gotta think too, you're breathing in that air every day. So you wanna be breathing in the best air possible. So keep that maintenance, change that filter. Very, very easy fix. Filters are at max. I mean, the most expensive top of the line one is only $5 to $7. So that should be nothing for you. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that little notification bell, and swing it on into our next tip. And number 8, is really making sure you guys are touching up the outside paint on the exterior of your house. This is really more about curb appeal, more about having a better appearance to the outside of your home, but also sealing in the outside of your windows or maybe your door frames. Really, again, keeps that moisture outside of your house. Sealing in those coats of paint, making sure everything looks nice and trim, it just gives you a better overall appeal look. And again, it keeps that water and any other elements outside of your house. Number 9 is filling in your driveway cracks. Now, I know this one can be a little more expensive, especially with concrete, especially these days. I mean, driveways are like $8, $10, $20,000 depending on what you guys are getting. I literally just had a blacktop put in my driveway and we spent about $7 grand. I do have a fairly long sized driveway, but at the same time, we only got blacktop and it was $7 grand. So I can only imagine what they'd charge us for concrete. So make sure you guys are filling in those driveway cracks as they begin to come along. Or if there's some trees around you, which is leading on to my next one, is trim those trees down, especially if they're hanging over your house. Once a tree starts to hang over your house, once a tree really starts to hang over your house and on top of your roof, this causes an insurmountable amount of damage to you guys' roof, especially with the vegetation, moss, you got leaves and branches just sitting on top of your roof. This can get bad. I mean, and it's never a good thing. Once you start to see vegetation on top of a roof or just green piled up stuff on top of a roof, that's really what I'm referring to. It gets bad and it really cuts the life in half on your guys' roof line. If you guys have a big tree near you, this is probably why you're getting a lot of your driveway cracks, because those roots are just going up and under your driveway, leading onto your garage and all sorts of other places. You really want to make sure you keep that intact. I know big trees are nice, I know they look beautiful, but sometimes they can do more damage than good. These are the top 10 maintenance tips that you guys can really start to look at, feel for around your house, and make sure you guys are just knocking down these simple things. Some are more expensive than others, but a lot of these things can be taken care of, especially done right away, will save you hundreds to thousands of dollars later on down the line. So if you guys have any questions, as always, make sure you guys reach out to me. I will always answer. I will always check the comment box. And if you guys have any questions on maintenance tips, make sure you leave them in the comment box below. I'm very curious to know what you guys do on a daily to yearly basis to help you guys prolong the life of your house. Especially you guys who living in the same house 20, 30 years. That is beautiful to me. And I find that so very admirable. So I would love to know what you guys are doing to keep up with your guys' house every single year. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that little notification bell, and I will see you guys next week in the next video. Talk to you soon.